Alright, I'm guessing this is the Poro King boss. So let's take out the Poro King now. It really looks like a Poro King, if you're familiar with what the Poro King is. You can Google it if you don't know what it is. Gangrene. You again? You must be a real fan to follow me all the way here. Do you want an autograph? I hate this. Oh my god. The writing in this game is one of the negatives, I would say. It's too Saturday morning cartoon for me. Even though it's like a kid's game, yeah, okay. Kiddie style game. It's not really a kid's game. The aesthetic is very childish. It shouldn't be this bad. It's pretty cringy sometimes. Yeah, like this. Don't be such a diva. We're just here for Ohiti. Like, listen to him hissing and stuff. It sounds really scary. And he's like, I want my autograph? I guess, okay, you know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of the character from Samurai Jack, Aku, who's like really snarky, but he's like the super evil guy. Damn, I haven't seen Samurai Jack in so long. But that's what this guy reminds me of. It's like a giant thing. Except this guy's on fire, and Aku is like black and white or something. I can't remember clearly. Gangrene the Magnificent isn't good enough for you? You only care about your friend, so be it. Instead of an autograph, I'll give you an epitaph. Do I fight him now? That's rather early, isn't it?
Gangrean's mocking laugh echoed as he vanished, and behind Pankapu and Chi came a loud thud, accompanied by a violent quake.
There's the Poro King.
The two companions were horrified to discover that their friend had been trapped in the heart of an immense crowned Nagi. Feeding off Ohiti's power, the royal gelato charged at Pankapu. To avoid suffering the same fate as his friend, all he could do was flee.
It's okay to have funny names like that, but some of the dialogue can be questionable. Holy crap! Okay. Oh, what the? Wait. Does that hurt me? It doesn't seem like it hurts me. Oh, it's one of these bosses. It's like an escape auto-scroller. Oh crap, I just dropped. And that one-shot me? What? Escape auto-scroller where you have to attack the boss and avoid the enemies at the same time. I just dashed into it, didn't I? What's down here? Oh, it's death. Wait, is the map different? What happened to the map? Wait a second, what happened to the map? Does it actually just skip the map? Oh my god, the map is different every time you die? What? What is this? I hope it's only different for the sake of difficulty, and not like different as in you're skipping areas, because that wouldn't be as cool. I don't want to skip things. I want to play through like every single part of the game. Or maybe it's just auto-generated. That could be it too. And you have to keep on poking the boss until it dies. Ow. Yeah, that could be it actually. It's auto-generated sequences. And then, uh-oh. Okay, it's red now, so red crystal means bravery. Crap. Ugh! Mud Gene. I want to grab that Mud Gene. What? I can't grab it? Oh my god. Okay, this is gonna be a difficult boss, I think. What? It doesn't work? Wait a second, how does this work then? Oh, it's confused now. Oh! Oh, I get it. I get it now. So I need to use the mud genes to stun it. And then once I stun it, after I stun it, I can kill it. I see. And I have to use bravery because it's red crystal. This is so cool. Damn it, that's not cool. That's not cool. I need health now. Oh my god, I should have waited until it passed that pit, shouldn't I? Okay. Retry. I love this boss though. I love the design on this boss. It's not just like a simple kill the boss, nor is it a like multi-phase normal boss. It is multi-phase, but there's like more interesting phases. So there's like this phase where you can just poke at it, and then the next phase requires you to switch forms. And also, the obstacles on this map, you need to switch between forms to overpower or overcome the obstacles. So there's like at least three or four things that make this boss fight really interesting. More games need to be like this. And once again, I swear I'm not being paid by the devs to praise the game. They just did a really good job at it, at making this game. Alright, there we go. So this is technically phase 2. And then that means that the... oh, whoops! The automatically generated areas will now change up to include the mud genes. And I need to make sure that I kill the mud gene crystals at the right time, otherwise... Oh god! I just killed myself, I think. Did I? I'm kinda dying. So the next one I kill, I have to make sure that I'm in range of it and there are no hazards in range. Let's see if I can do it. Okay. That is not cool. There we go. So I can switch it to that phase immediately if I use that attack. Because it's like the same damage as Bravery's AoE attack, except it's technically single target, but it can hit 3 targets. So it's triple the damage. OP. Okay, so that's how you overcome that. Go up here. Next crystal is up here. Okay. Now. The boss is actually shrinking. Does that mean I can kill it in one phase? Oh my god! Maybe I can. Oh, okay, interesting. So it's not a 3-phase boss, it's a 2-phase boss. There's the crystal phase, and there's the dark blob phase. I see. I thought it was 3 phases of killing the mud genes, but actually no, that's not true, is it? The mud genes just stun it. It has nothing to do with the phases. This is the one with the rock. How am I gonna do this one? Do I just skip it? Wait, what if I scroll past? Oh my god. Damn, I don't know if I should hit this one then. Because I don't know if I can do enough damage. So I should move on to the next one. This one I can for sure. Okay, so it is a 3-phase boss. What is this phase then? Wait a second, what is this phase? Huh. There's a lot of explosion... Oh wait, no, that's not it. There's a lot of laser enemies. Oh. Is this what it is? I need to drop the crystal on it. Oh, jeez. Wow, that targeting laser. Oh my god. Oh my god, I did it. Okay, so it is a 3-phase boss. But this is like 10 times more interesting than the previous 3-phase boss. Ooh, Nebula. Can I just avoid it? Oh, I can't. Ohiti, are you alright? Yes, thanks for coming to the rescue again. I couldn't do a thing, however much I fought them. These Hyanagi tapped into my power to wizen the forest. Wizen? Wizen. Everything's my fault, if only I had been stronger. You had nothing to do with it. Gangrene, it's grain, so it's like a wheat. Gangrene used you. And anyway, it's thanks to you and the powers you gave Pankapu that we were able to get this far. Without them, we'd never have been able to get by all the obstacles in our path. That's true. In the end, you helped yourself. That's not really true? Kinda true?
While the three friends were getting their breath back, Gangrene leapt out of the shadows, a menacing smile playing on his lips. Slyly casting a projectile at the Dreamkeeper, he took Pankapu by surprise.
Uh-oh. This is like a sacrifice scene. Someone's gonna walk in the way.
The evil spell looked as though it would hit him full force.
Until someone sacrificed their life. No!
All of a sudden, Ohiti, fast as lightning, jumped in front of Pankapu. Empowered by the bravery his friends showed when they'd come to his aid, he regained full mastery of his abilities.
Oh, okay, that was unexpected. I thought he was actually gonna die.
Filled with a newfound energy, it was now Ohiti's turn to save them. Pushing back with all his magical might, he deflected the spell back to its source, banishing Gangrene in a plume of black smoke.
That can't be the end, right, of him? If it is, then he's a terrible boss. He's like not even a mid-boss, not even worth being a mid-boss. He's like the first... He's like, okay, he's like Raditz in Dragon Ball. He's not even like Vegeta level. Vegeta Nappa level. He's Raditz. That's how bad he is. Dragon Ball Z, that is. The first boss with a somewhat major name. Wow, Hiti, that was impressive. You saved us. He was gonna hurt you. It was like a reflex. I didn't even stop to think about what I was doing. Well, you should stop thinking more often. It works wonders for you. I didn't know I could do that. If only I discovered this power earlier. It's always like that, isn't it? I didn't know I had these powers. Ah, there's no point having any regrets. What's done is done. Now you know how strong you are, and you have moved forward. Speaking of which, we've got something to show you. Ardor. My goodness, the Ardor Aegis. Where did you find that? In Stonefall Henge. It was hidden in a seed. Vaya told us you might know a bit more about it. This Aegis came from the heart of my sister, Ohoko, who lives in the archipelago of the wind. She normally keeps it with her. I guess we have to save her now. You remember the flowery meadow that loads of rocks rain down from the sky? That happens from time to time. Stonefall Henge proves it. But in this case, it was unusual. Unusually regular. What's that got to do with my sister and her Aegis? Think about it. These rocks came from the archipelago of the winds. If we add these strange rockfalls to the discovery of your sister's aegis hidden in a seed, which probably also fell from the sky, we have to conclude that my sister's in trouble. That's a bit of a jump, but it makes sense. Don't freak out, your sister's probably fine. Nevertheless, what's going on with the archipelago of winds is worrying. If Gangrene came after you, Ohiti, there's a strong chance he's also after Ohoko's power. We must get up there as soon as... Come on, write it out. That's not... As soon as possible, and see if everything is alright. You're not on Twitter, dude. Yes, let's move. I have a bone to pick with Gangrene. What determination fills you with determination. This is a new Ohiti we have here. It's thanks to you that he has become so brave. Well, anyway, please be careful, Pankapu. I don't like the turn events are taking. Add to which, we still don't know who this Black Queen person is that Gangrene was talking about. Pepu. Oh, so this is the end of Pepu. I thought the previous one was the end of Pepu.
Thus, Pankapu and his companions left Pepu to make their way to the archipelago of the winds.
Pepu sounds cuter. Archipelago of the Winds sounds dumb. I mean, it sounds epic for... If it was like a different game, it would sound epic. But when the first area is called Pepu, you kind of think that the next area is going to sound somewhat similar.
Filled with hope and courage, they were determined to find out what had happened to Ohoko and to stop Gangrene in his destructive tracks. However, the shadow of the Black Queen and her acolyte still loomed over Omnia.
Wow, that's the Black Queen. That's creepy. Oh, so I guess that's the end of episode 1. Makes sense. It's Pepu, then Archipelago, and then probably another one after. Wait, no, there's only 2 episodes, right? I'm so used to trilogies. Oh, that skipped the credits. Oops, I think I tapped something accidentally. Okay, well, let's see. End of episode 1. And so ends the first part of Pankapu's quest to save the world of dreams of Omnia. That's a mouthful. Why not just say Omnia, the world of dreams? Or just Omnia. What will happen next to our friends in the course of their adventures? Is Ohiti's sister safe? What became of Gangrene? And who is the mysterious Black Queen the Prince of Shadows spoke of? Wait, the Prince of Shadows? Gangrene is the Prince of Shadows? Well, doesn't that make it obvious? If he's the prince, the queen is Gangrene's mother. So few questions, so much time. What? So many questions, so little time? Yeah, scratch that. Okay, there we go. Scratch that, reverse it. So many questions that can only be answered in episode 2 of Pankapu. Available shortly. To continue following the plot, as soon as it's released, you can already pre-purchase it on our Steam page. You will then be notified as soon as it's out. See you soon in the world of dreams. Store. Back to menu. Alright. Well then. Episode 1. $5. It's like 4 or 5 hours long. Interesting mechanics. Story's pretty generic, but whatever. I'm not too critical of the story. It's good for what it is. I always say that. That's such a cop-out. Like, there's really good stories being written, and this is not one of them. I should probably say that. But it's a story that's acceptable for what it's trying to present to you. That's what I mean. That's what I mean when I say it's good for what it is. I think I like this more because I got Ardor second. If I got... I think it's called Focus? What is the third one called? I don't even know. The mage character. If I got the mage Aegis second, I probably wouldn't have enjoyed this game as much because I don't like mage characters in general. Let's see, what else can I talk about at the very end of this? So, like, the scramble system was not what I expected it to be. I wanted it to be a little more interactive and quick. So I wanted it to be like you can fire arrows, then instantly switch to bravery, and then do melee attacks as the enemy approaches you. And then if the enemy's going to attack you, you can choose between blocking, switching to Ardor, and then backdashing, like those two options. I wanted it to be like that. So, like the games that come to mind that have the scramble system that have been released recently, Trine is a really good one for PC. Trine 1 and 2. I've never played Trine 3 because it's 3D now, and it got a lot of negative reviews. And also because it's 3D. I like 2D platformers a lot. Castlevania Portrait of Ruin is a scramble game where you play as two characters. One is a melee, not a melee character. He's like a mid-range character. One is a physical character, one's a magical character. There we go. That's a good distinction. Mega Man ZX. Mega Man in general is very scramble-like. Scramble-light, maybe? Because you switch between different forms to some extent. Some of the games, like Mega Man ZX, you actually switch forms. Some of the games, you actually switch characters. I think Mega Man X7 and 8 are like that, if I recall correctly. And you can switch characters in the other games too. X3, you can, but only temporarily. Just to sum it up, I guess. Positives, really good mechanics, really good gameplay. They introduce you to things slowly, and then they build upon it. So it's like you have one map that talks about gameplay, that introduces gameplay A, one map that introduces gameplay B, and then one introduces gameplay C. And then the fourth map is gameplay AB, and then the fifth map is gameplay BC. And then it's like AC, ABC, you know, it just keeps on building, and that's what I really like about it. And yeah, the negatives would be the story is a bit childish, in my opinion. I can see people who would like it, and it's not like terrible. It's not completely terrible to the point where I just want to stop playing the game because of how awful it is, but it could be better. The writing is like at that point. The writing is pretty bad at certain points. Like sometimes it's too wordy, sometimes it's word choice hovers between like complex words and basic words, and then other times there's awkward wording in general. The syntax of the sentences is it just doesn't feel right. So you can this is by like a French company or something, so I'm assuming that English is not their first language, so maybe that's the cause of that. And that is definitely something to look at as a concern, but it doesn't take away too much from the gameplay or the game, so it's alright. And yeah, I guess that's all I have to say about episode 1 of Pankapu that I can think of at the moment. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. I definitely enjoyed it. If you couldn't tell by me praising the game over and over and over again, episode 2 comes out early 2017, and I'll be playing that. That'll also be uploaded as soon as I can. I'll get it up on YouTube as well. So if you enjoyed this playthrough, this like heavy commentary playthrough, which is, I don't know. I like doing commentary about game design and character design and stuff. And I'm hoping this would be the direction that every game takes from now on. I'll just continue talking about it to the point where you just get so annoyed that I keep talking about the same things over and over again for different games. But the thing is, that's how games work, right? But if you enjoyed this playthrough, you can follow me on Twitch. I don't stream as often, but there will be games that I will stream. You can follow me on Twitter. Twitter will be where I tell you whether or not I'm going to stream, or if I'm releasing certain things, or just random updates and random stuff I like to say. That's Twitter. And YouTube, the medium that this is being released on, everything's in the bottom left corner of your screen. And that is it for me. Thanks for watching, and see you next time for episode 2.